Well, it's a new year. We're checking in with the West Ohio Food Bank, and they're continuing to stay busy. And to tell us all about it, the Chief Executive Officer of the West Ohio Food Bank, Tommie Harner. And thanks for joining us, Tommie.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so new for this year, you've got a schedule. Tell us about how distributions are going to be handled this year and what you're doing.
So we've realized over the past year, 2 years, that we're increasing our distributions more and more. And it's hard to reach all of the individuals out there, whether they don't have the technology to get on our social media or our website, or they're unable to download the app for our phone. So what we've done is got together and created our calendar for the entire year of 2022 to include all of those distributions that we provide within our service area. So we're hopeful that those who can't get onto our website and Facebook can stop in, pick up one of those calendars, and they'll know when those distributions are happening each month.
Okay, how are the distributions going to be handled this year? Do you need to pre-register or, just show up on days? What's going to happen that way?
So for the distributions that we hold here at the food bank at our location, those are pre-registration. For all of our other ones, people can just show up. They just need to make sure they have a valid photo ID and that proof of residency.
All right. It seems like this year is going to stay busy. I mean, last year you had I don't want to say really great year, but it is really great because you're helping people, but a big year, right?
It was. We always like to pull the numbers at the end of the calendar year just to see what kind of impact have we had. So for this last year, over 50,000 individuals were served through our services. So that's a huge impact within, the 11 counties that we service.
Yeah, it is. And so, like, if the West Ohio Food Bank wasn't there, we're talking about people who would have to try to decide what to pay for and might go hungry, missing meals and things, right?
That's right. There's a lot of factors that contribute to people being food insecure. A big thing that we're seeing lately is a lot of seniors are raising their grandchildren, or they have their adult children that have moved in with them. So we're just trying to make sure that everybody that needs food assistance has the ability to get that.
Yeah, and you guys are kind of flexible in seeing the dynamics changing, and so that means you're kind of changing with it, right?
We are. We have to adapt nonstop, for different economic factors and where we're going. We're always having to adapt.
All right, so one thing that has been successful is your resource fairs, and so you're planning for the spring one. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we're gearing up for that resource fair. We had 2 last year. That was kind of the pilot year to see how those went. They were very successful. So we are planning our first one in the spring, May 26th, and that's going to be from 10 to 2 here at our location. So we just like to invite any nonprofit or job placement agencies such as Spirion or those types to come and just provide resources to the clients. We provide a food distribution at the same time, so it's a great way to make a huge impact within the community because they're able to get that information into a lot of hands.
Yeah, I assume from the couple that you held last year you had good feedback, and so that's why you want to continue to try to do it and get that information out.
We do. We want to continue this. It's been a great event. A lot of resources have been available that people didn't know about. So it's just a good way to spread that word and kind of have a one-stop shop for individuals. So they're not having to go to our organization for food and then a few different ones for other services they may need.
Right, yeah. Okay, another key thing for this year, you would like more volunteers, right? It takes people to help out to get all this food out.
We definitely continue to need volunteers. We have evening and weekend hours available, and we think that with having this calendar for the entire year, that's going to be beneficial as groups want to, schedule times for their companies, their families, or just individual groups, that they can look at those dates and pick whatever works for them, and then they can volunteer. And of course, if there's not a date on there that works for them, we're always packing senior boxes, snack packs for kids, and just doing general warehouse and office duties. So we can use volunteers for anything.
All right, think about the West Ohio Food Bank when you want to volunteer. All right, Tommie, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Don't go away. Noon Edition continues in a moment.
Cheers to a new year and a new